The Citrus County landfill has placed 18 more of these containers. After purchasing this hat from the Bass Pro Shop, I did in fact pay 7.5% in taxes. 6.5% covered the local fee, while the extra 1% went towards that public user fee. 10 years later, they've honored a total of 511 first responders and traveled nearly 8,000 miles. To LACY, it's not all about racing. She drives for diabetes for her brother Rocco. Today marks the groundbreaking for the Gainesville co-housing community. Hundreds of spectators and racers from across the state of Florida gathered in Inverness for the city's annual street race, an event so unusual.
Race in a city? You're kidding me, right?
It forced one Sarasota racer out of retirement. KUEHL first started racing about 6 years ago after his family went to see Ryan Reed in his first major stock car race.
Smelling the gas, I'm smelling the oil, and I got hooked.
So naturally, he bought himself a pair of go-karts, one for him and one for his daughter, LACY. LACY, now 11 years old, has been behind the wheel ever since. To her, it's more than just a race.
I'm racing for my charity, Drive for Diabetes Awareness.
A charity LACY and her parents started after she lost her 1-year-old brother Rocco to diabetes.
His blood sugar was at 478.
LACY was 4. She still thinks about her brother every day.
Silly. I'm sorry.
And please remain standing as we walk the band Sophie Noel with our national
Loving.
anthem.
With a little inspiration from Ryan Reed, who was diagnosed with diabetes at 18, she's made it her mission to travel the state of Florida, educating others about the disease through her love for racing. A campaign that caught the eyes of several.
She told me it was about diabetes awareness.
A simple conversation that has sparked a lasting friendship.
I just found out that I am a diabetic person.
As for LACY, her dream is to one day make it to NASCAR, while remembering her true drive lies not behind the wheel, but within her heart. House by house.
You have new or additional child care costs.
Answers to endless questions. FEMA employees from across the country have descended on Florida, helping people get much-needed aid following Hurricane Irma.
We're going door to door to try to encourage people and actually sign them up as they come to the door.
Irma pushed 4 inches of water into EULA FLETCHER's Duval County home. It was enough to soak her carpet and ruin some of her furniture. She tried to call FEMA on the phone.
Told me I had 190 minutes to wait, so I just hung up.
Today's knock at the door saved her more than 3 hours. This FEMA team helped her fill out an application in just 15 minutes.
I feel a little bit better now about them coming out and checking on people.
Any residents with hurricane damage living in counties designated as disaster areas could qualify.
Their first line for trying to become whole again is to go to their insurance. Then they'll come to FEMA.
There are 4 ways to file a FEMA application: over the phone, online, with an in-person team, or at the regional office in Jacksonville.
Anyone can sign up, but there'll be an inspector that'll come out and do an inspection on the house. And based on his inspection, and that paperwork is filed, a determination will be made as to whether or not they do qualify for any assistance.
A big decision that would help EULA and others trying to erase the mark Irma left in its path.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
Fred GUGENHEIMER first noticed symptoms of dementia in his wife 11 years ago.
She was just unable to follow a simple trail description in a book and relay it to me.
First took his wife to Al's place a 1.5 years ago.
But I say I'm holding on to her and I'm squeezing her as hard as I can to hold on to her. And she's slipping through my fingers a little bit every day, and I can't stop it.
GUGENHEIMER is not alone. Facilities like Al's Place help more than 3 million people in the U.S. who suffer from dementia. That number is expected to double by 2050.
And we're not really prepared for a doubling of that population economically in our healthcare system.
The healthcare system relies on taxpayers to bear half of the medical costs associated with dementia. On average, each patient accrues $250,000 in costs in the last 5 years of life. The National Institutes of Health has granted Woods and his team $6 million to see if they can slow the process of dementia with the help of 360 older study participants.
They will come into the lab 5 days a week for the first 2 weeks, so 10 days, and they'll receive cognitive training and stimulation together.
At the end of the first 2 weeks, study subjects will be given a laptop similar to this one, which will come with pre-downloaded content such as National Geographic videos and brain games to finish their cognitive training.
And our hope is to see lasting effects at 9 months.
But until researchers find a possible solution, there are centers like Owl's Place, serving as a support group for dementia patients and their families.
I just hope that someone finds a cure, because it is so difficult on the loved one.
Fred and Julia GUGENHEIMER have been married for 59 years. But as the days go by, early memories are beginning to fade.